If they do, in fact, meet for a third straight year, is this somehow bad for the NBA?
No, I mean, here's the thing. What's happening right now is not wonderful for the league in the playoffs. But if it ends in another epic final between these two teams, no one will care right now. You don't need two top seeds sweeping in the first two rounds here. You just don't have as much programming as the TV partners want to have, which is a little bit of an issue. It's not wonderful for the overall product. But then when you hit your NBA finals, your culmination, your showcase of the season, and have these two titans going at each other, one of the top 5 players in the history of the sport, LeBron James on one side, and this era's super team with the Golden State Warriors with 3 MVP awards among them and umpteen all-star appearances on the other side. That is wonderful for the business of NBA basketball. So, yeah, I understand right now there's a little bit of a lull, and all of us, Charles Barkley included, like to live a little bit in the moment here. But if it culminates itself in the rubber match between the Cavs and the Warriors and kind of defines what this era is and who the two classic teams out of this era will be here going forward, we look back on this period of NBA basketball, then I kind of think this lull in the playoffs is totally worth it.
I know the fun part about what Brian is saying and going forward is what's going to change next year? What's going to change the year after that?
Well, yeah, if LeBron doesn't show any signs of slowing down,
he's getting better.
As long as KD and Steph stay in Golden State, which we expect them to do.
But my point is, like, what's going to change next season? Like, that's why I said LeBron's going to go to 10 straight finals. No one is even free agents aren't even looking at the East because they're just conceding it to LeBron.
Well, Toronto has, yeah.
This is like, man, they made one too many Rockies, all right? Rocky 5 should have never been made.
Should have been made.
You know what I mean? So
we agree with that.
Hopefully that we're not watching the same Rocky movie over and over and over again. Doesn't that get boring?
Well, this is going to be a trilogy first and foremost, so somebody's got to break the tie now. And
you think 3's the best, too, don't you?
I think Rocky 3 is the best out of them. Geltzy, do you agree?
I actually probably think that Rocky 1 is the best out of them all, but Rocky 3 is certainly a close second. And keep one thing in mind, even if there is a bad addition somewhere in there, there may be a Creed sitting out there to recover the whole franchise. You know what I mean? So who knows? And I agree with Timmy. You may see LeBron in 10 straight finals. When he gets there this year, it's going to be 8 out of 11. It's incredible. And he's it's not about slowing down. He is getting better. It's unbelievable how physically and athletically dominant he still is at this age after 14 years in the league on a basketball court. And I don't see any signs of it slowing down at all. The way he takes care of his body. Brian Windhorst of ESPN told me over the weekend LeBron James spends over $1 million a year on taking care of his body. Think about that. The cryogenic chambers and stuff. It's not a coincidence. This guy keeps his body as great as he keeps his body. He may go on forever. The other thing Windhorst told me, which is interesting, part of his whole thing with longevity is he wants to get to a point. He thinks his son's going to be a very good NBA player. He wants to get to a point where he's 40 and his son's playing as a 20-year-old on the same team as him.
Oh, like Griffey Sr. and Griff Jr. actually played a season together in Seattle. Could you imagine if LeBron and LeBron Jr. played a little bit of basketball together?
Right. Yup, be amazing. Be an historic thing in the NBA.
Yeah, it's never happened, right, Geltzy?
They're here.
Can't recall that ever happening.
No, there hasn't been many dads that have had sons. No, it's never happened.
Your dad played in the NBA. What happened to you?
He married an Italian woman, or else I would have been 4 inches taller. If he would have married like a Swedish or German woman who then I get to 6'10" or 6'11", you know?
Geltzy can talk all night with you to some NBA hoops. We appreciate the time and the information as always, Brian.
Always my pleasure, fellas. Always fun with you two. We'll talk soon.